Picking up! I'm getting bitten here. Did you see that dodge? Did you see that dodge? That was the most amazing. I couldn't do that again if I tried. Fucking hell! Hey, top of the morning to you. Will you help me solve the mystery of me fucking missing oatmeal? Fucking hell. Wow, Spunk Tits, I went to grab some popcorn for your match against Becky Lynch, but... Oh, that looks like it's not going to be fun to fight. Oh no. Ugh. Well, that's him cooked. Or grilled. One might say, bear grilled. I heard you're a fan of Cena. I don't mind Cena, I think he's alright. Cena D-nuts, you're a fucking dick.
Bringing out the big guns. Prove your...
Yes! Ah, oh, you're down, you bitch! Fuck you! Yes! Oh, okay. Stay out of the water. Gotcha.
Game over.
I suppose this way, at least I get to keep most of my 8 lives. I think I need to create some timestamps. Okay, so he's turning already, and we're through. That was textbook. At least we didn't get bitten on the way out. Oh god, and then you get hit by that one. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Go on then. Hello, Dante Fires just through that. Oh, you're gonna have a good time.
No! Mary, Mother of Joseph, get up! Elin! Is there another one around here? Oh, of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? No, stop! I'm stun locked. He's eating my head! Get off, you nonsense! Oh god, I'm in trouble.
Wait. Wait, hang on. Did that work? Tell me that worked. Haha. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. So what have I done to make that work? Wait. Location. Anywhere. Okay. Sorry. Enabled actions. SUB. Delete sub-action. Okay. I think I may have done this. Brittany Redeem has... I've removed them while they're not working, but... I thought I'd fixed it. I mean, I've fixed Benoit, and I don't know how I've done it. But then it leaves it active. Okay. Yeah, Neo doesn't work. I've done something on StreamerBot, and I've no idea what. So, refresh triggers. Oops. Okay, I need to look at this when we're not when we're not doing anything. Right, okay, because we are here to play a game ultimately, but I'll look into it. I'll get them all working again. It's just going to take me some time. Let's check a Snoodle clip.
Thanks, Riff, for the subscription.
It's a very quiet clip.
It's not banana. It's not banana.
It's not banana.
Okay, it's not banana. It's not banana. I don't know. It's like that soggy, salted, peppery sock. Oh, it is not in the thing. It's in my mouth. Thank you, Noel, for coming.
It's not banana. It is not banana.
It's not great. It's not.
Your clip went into moderation for a copyright claim. Oh dear. Let me just check the volume of these shout-outs because I want to make sure that they're alright. Oh no, we're okay. Oh, this is one of my favourites anyway. I love this. This is when I accidentally got a trophy. Double for everyone.
I need to remember I'm not playing Dodgems, I'm playing Mafia Definitive Edition. No Dodgems. This mission is AIDS.
Oh. With the worst haircut going.
Oos! It's
No,
all
no.
around my mouth.
Oh.
It's all on there.
Oh.
They're still humping. No, Daddy, no! This is happening. The kid's dad dies. They have somehow concluded whatever they're doing. He pulls away from my
Is
mouth
this the aristocrats?
like an octopus. Just like, again, do not, Sir Raphael, do not clip this. The sound is as it like pulls away from me.
Oh.
The saliva has made, you know how you pull grilled cheese and it's a good grilled cheese because the cheese goes like whoop-a-chickle? And it like does
yes.
the, like little like, oh, this is, oh, it's some nice cheese. That was the blue saliva coming from our mouths that were connected. He literally
That were connected.
wipes his mouth and goes, oh yeah, that was nice. And then
Okay, right. So we're going to do the Stanley Parable. Before we do, I'm pleased to tell you that we will be Discord voting on break. I'm only taking one break today, however, purely because I'm moving from a late shift to an early shift, so I can't play for as long as I have done. If we don't finish it tonight, or if we got more to do, then we can, of course, revisit the Stanley Parable, but this is what this week looks like. This week, we are doing Stanley Parable tonight. We're going to Enter the Matrix tomorrow. Thursday, Skyward. So that's going to be earlier, by the way, as I've moved to an early shift. I thought I was on a late. We're going to be doing Skyward on Thursday and Sunday. More Matrix on Friday. And Saturday is a day off. The games that are up for Discord vote are Yakuza 0, Untitled Goose Game, There Is No Game, Tomb Raider 1 Remastered, Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright, Aliens, the 1990 arcade game with some wonderful art there, I'm sure, because they couldn't use Sigourney Weaver's likeness. Maneater, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Billy Bust-Up looks really interesting. I saw a couple of videos of boss fights, and it's... yeah, that one's worth having a look at. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, ever a classic, and Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Also, no, we're done this week. Over the next couple of months, we're doing Gary's Mod, Chained Echoes, Final Fantasy VIII, Assassin's Creed Unity, Mass Effect 2, and Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. So let's go. Let's take this volume up. This game has 43 different... Okay. Developed by Three Crows. A murder, if you will. Okay. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? No. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. I think we're about... I'll just go with the mid-range setting. No idea how it's looking for you guys. Please enter the current time. Yeah, I understand I'm a little bit late. So it is 10:27 p.m. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. Anything else? Or are we good? You are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Okay, let's begin the game. Never the end is never the end is never the end is loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
This game is so good, thank you for playing. You guys voted it. I have a meeting in 30 minutes, but I'm so excited. Okay, well, let's... Can I hide under the desk? No? Okay. Okay, so the X button is to interact with shit. Except for the keyboard, I'm not allowed to do that. Okay. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, we decided to go to the meeting room, did we?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Hello?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay. Is there a door 417? Is that the... Ah.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay. Um, 437. Shush, Louis. At least you're not wet this time. Okay. 437. Which way did I come from?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
No, I've got my Tenacious D t-shirt on today. I feel that's appropriate.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I mean, I think we pushed this about as far as it can go. Oh! That's a gold trophy. You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Get your first trophy. Alright, cool. We now have 18% of the trophies. Fantastic.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, you fucking didn't.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Trust
Then
me
she
to get the
remembered
dead
the meeting
man
she
in.
had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
"42 endings."
All of his co-workers were... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
Yes.
Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of
I want this
that
trophy.
warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
They added
Perhaps 50
24
clicks will do.
endings.
Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417? Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay. Right, where's foot?
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415, eh?
Now, back to door number 437.
Wait, wasn't that a... Okay.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
I can't. How do I get up?
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
I don't want to miss it and get shut out again.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
I do. I just don't want to get locked out again.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Excellent.
Now you're a male! Male, male, male! Now you're a male! Male, 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 male! Now you're a male! M-A-N, man, 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 man! Now you're a male!
Let's do some shouties.
I do feel like it's like riding a bicycle, but sometimes the bicycle
the
has
Binding
no
of
wheels
Isaac.
and is also not a bicycle but more of a stroller. And you're trying to ride it down the highway. It doesn't always work out properly.
I'm sorry, Pepper, but you're going in the grinder. I think that's it. Is that it? That's not it. Fran's still alive.
Okay. Let's follow the narrator this time, maybe.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
is Dark
decided to go
Prophets?
up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively. Resent co-workers for not supporting your own. Okay. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Number of slides on this slide. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rates of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts, please. I'm begging. Stop. It takes 2 people to start a fight, and right now you're both of them. Okay. I think that's all of them. Get Chris out the broom closet. Okay, let's carry on.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Come on, say something. Say something. Say something. I'm playing chicken with him. It's not going to say anything, is it? It's the fact he went, no, 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 no. Now I'm in the closet. And I pull out my gun.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, okay. I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse. I think there might be something if you wait in there for a while. Okay. Oh, in the broom closet. I'll do it again next run. What? It's going up for quite a while, isn't it? I'm going to mosh in here. That's what I'm going to do at work. It's a narrator. I'm in a lot. I don't think the lift goes anywhere. Oh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
Welcome
not an
in, Tempest.
indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless,
I read
since
that
he could
trophy
never
existed.
possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 8, 4, 5.
That's what I thought I did.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
You missed the ending where I just died after running down the street thinking I was crazy. Then a woman found my body. Oh, okay. Oh, it's all a bit Resident Evil 2, isn't it?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free
Oh, the baby
to think
from
for
Resident
himself,
Evil
to
Village.
question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I'm only on playthrough 2.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, Lord.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. Nope, still on board with death?
The temptation's too strong.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Now this is fantastic. I was hoping he might say something. Forget it. Forget it. Right, I want to see what's down here. It says escape. Narrator says death.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Shit.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No, how do I get out?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ha-ha! Ha-ha-ha!
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh, I can't look around. Oh no, there we go. Walk towards the exit. Okay.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh. Oh my god. It's like a museum. Okay.
Stanley pushed the big red button. And finally, he pushed the number 6. Now then, this elevator for sure would get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story.
It's an outtakes room, okay. What a wonderful little game. I don't know. A humorously small badger in swim trunks, watching the sunset, and dare I say, pushing buttons. One young over. Hey. Dead strong bad. How do you type with boxing gloves on? What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. It's fan mail. There's the credits. Wait. Wait, no, we've been there. Where haven't we been? Okay, this is really cool. This is... Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
This is another one of my favourite endings. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
God, it's no surprise that there's so many branches.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
All the paintings.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I love pissing the narrator off. Hopefully I'm not making anyone sick. Okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Oh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've got... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I saw the $5,000 penalty. I had to do it. Oh, this is brilliant. Okay, we're going to start our first poll of the evening, guys. I think it's about time. Right, I will be being. Feel free to vote for the Discord choice. See you very shortly. The poll will be up in just a second.
Ah! Motherfucker!
Oh shit, the options haven't... What? Clueless. Number two, all wrong. No waster.
Ouch!
7-2 off. All in.
All in for me. Wake me up when you
If I win with this, it's going to be amazing.
Now, here's something you don't see every day.
I won on 7-2.
Quit your job.
Yeah?
Fatlock got that fucking health, did you? You fucking dick. Me. Yeah. Yeah, see how that works. Come with me. Come on. Now you can tell from the big horns on its head that this is a Minotaur. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sneak up behind it through the bushes and then stick my thumb right up his bumhole. Yeah.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Oh, and just one more thing. One more thing.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Black Storm.
Sounds like a sex toy, doesn't it? But one that had hurt. Winter's not the only thing coming, said Michael Jackson. Did I say Michael Jackson? I meant Mike Tyson. But I can see how you'd get the two confused. Get to work now or I'll feed you to the rats from which you came. It just slaps him.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of heat time.
Right, Clark cunt. I've got him! I've got him! Hey, Blade Man, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing? Right, let's retry that menu. As soon as I've tried
Getting that under 8 minutes. Thank you for the bit. Heading into work, we wanted to say hi. Thank you very much. I appreciate
This hanky has PP embroidered on it. I highly doubt that this belonged to Grandpa Marley. Let's see. Blah blah blah, Lucre Bank. Yada yada, safe deposit chest. Deed to the mansion, good. Wedding gifts, good. Ultimate insult, bad. Yours truly, H.T. Marley. That's the second biggest duck I've ever had in my pants. It's the official symbol of the governor's office.
who designed that, honestly.
Not sure why it chipmunked, but it didn't. Hey, Tate, welcome in. Let's shout you out. It didn't post anything in my chat. How come? How come that didn't happen? Okay, let's have another run at this after watching a Tate clip. I'm just going to see if I can get this sorted.
It's been on every channel for the past hour. Watch some TV once in a while. Life's passing you by.
As the former CEO of Omni Consumer Products passed away earlier this morning, we at Channel 9 are deeply saddened by this horrific...
No, it's chipmunked again.
Our condolences go out to the OCP family in these dark times. In other news, why do balloons make that popping sound?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's obey the narrator this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh. I'm not allowed in the broom closet anymore, okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's a great game, Tate. I'm really enjoying it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Yeah, dude, no problem at all, if you can.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his... Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, you know what? I want to see that end.
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay, cool. Just to keep you updated.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I mean, you can get off.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation.
This is the story of a man named...
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh,
Yet
okay.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
It's like Alien Isolation, but without the alien and the terror.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Shit.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're going to die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Where's the zero?
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Ah, where's the zero button?
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after. Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
Oh dear.
He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Where's 052?
Wow.
Well, I couldn't find the 0
Yes,
button.
this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
This is fantastic. Oh, it's going to be...
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
I did, Nigel, and
yes. This
welcome
seems
in.
like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
It's going to be the... Oh.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
So this is in the top 500 games of all time. I don't know if Stanley Parable is, but I know that Firewatch is. I've still got tears from the baby.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
It can't be what?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing.
Stanley is top
open,
500.
Just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay,
is it in
I'm
the
going to
polygon
get us
top
out of
500?
here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just
going to restart the game. Oh. Is it?
Wonderful.
Rocket
See,
League.
this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun. Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls! Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game?
Yeah, I'm having
Well,
fun.
I sure hope you're having a good time. Hold on. What are you doing?
I've escaped.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime. A work of art.
So I've had one in the
get
basement.
Back to business, Stanley took the first
I've
open
had that
door
one.
on his left.
I think I've had about 4 endings.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh, I love it. Brilliant. Okay. What to do this time?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh my god.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. Wait. Oh my god, Yumi, welcome in with the party of 23. Thank you very much for raiding. How was your stream?
Why did I skip this one the other time? Oh.
Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, and there's a sub as well. Thank you so much. Can we get another Yumi clip, please?
Seriously! Like...
Thank you. Oh, thank you for coming in. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope you're all well.
Seriously, that you opened the door. Oh, for crying out loud. Gosh. People keep trying to scare me with my own sounds. You guys simply don't love me.
Okay, so we got the adventure line. So what does this mean?
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office,
hey, no
is
problem.
this
You
office in
take care.
fact the skeleton
Thank
of
you
my
for,
own
thanks for the
relative
raid. I appreciate it.
experiential
Sharing your
mental
community with me.
subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Have a good sleep.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, yes, please.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Oh,
no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh, my God. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, man. This absolutely... this is fantastic. Okay, it's gone. Oh.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Is that the... Please tell me that's a baby. Oh, it's going to be...
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the...
Yeah, that did me in. That was class. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So he
What
forgets
could it
all the
mean?
previous restarts.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
We're
he had
still in the
simply missed a
confusion
memo.
ending, I think. Oh.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Okay.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should...
I'm really sorry. I'm going to go for a last break and a last drink. I'll probably play for around about 40 more minutes, maybe half an hour. Just before I do, we do a Discord choice every month. So these are the games that have been put out. I'm just going to formulate a poll because I'm just going to put together a poll because it's not there for some reason. This will only take me a second. I'm so sorry. But you can give additional votes to the games that are currently on there. And these have been nominated in the Discord, my own Discord. And we do additional votes throughout the last 15 days of the month. And whatever wins, well, whatever's the top two, we'll battle it out live on the last day of the month. And then... whatever wins will be played next month. So I'm just having to retype out this poll. I'm not going to be long. You probably hear me tapping away. Okay. Almost done. Nope, that's not how you spell Sekiro. Now this should announce it to the chat, but you basically type the number that relates to your game. I've just put Indian Jones. Let's not put Indian Jones. I've done that before. Although I'm sure that would be a great game. Okay, saved, and we're going to start that poll. Thank God for that. Okay, that should announce it in the chat, and I will be right back. The confusing ending was my favourite ending until the Ultra Deluxe content was added. I'm looking forward to experiencing some of it, but I will see you very shortly, and I'm really sorry about that. Whatever. Right, one more person to speak to. Bolek, or Bollock. Is his name Bollock?
Won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
I hope his name's Bollock and not Bolek. Please be Bollock. Oi, Bollock.
I'm looking for Bolek. I was told he'd be guarding the...
Oh, he's getting yanked off. The wall. He's getting yanked off the wall. Right, leg sweep. Attack right leg. Fat lot got that fucking health, did you? You fucking dick. Me. Yeah. Yeah, see how that works. Come with me. Come on. Oh, someone. Is it just me or is that the translation of the dialogue a little? Could someone message Scott and tell him I've got his ring? He's a big Final Fantasy fan as well. I've got his ring. There's actual tears and it's not even that funny. Okay, right, so I need to take Scott's ring and show it to the princess.
Is underway.
Oh no! What did I do?
Oh, a goal! And a moment the goalkeeper would like to forget all about.
She was sick. Not in the head. Something with her heart.
Didn't ask. Let's do it again. Got a few skids on my helmet then.
Activating combat mode.
Holy shit!
Conflict resolved.
The end.
All right. Looks like I got all of them.
Okay, I'm sure you can tell from the clips, if anyone who came in with Yumi is still here, that I play a variety of games, and this is what we got coming up over the next couple of months. So we'll be doing a bit of Gary's Mod, we'll be doing Final Fantasy VIII, Chained Echoes, Enter the Matrix, Assassin's Creed Unity, Mass Effect 2 and Dark Souls 2, as well as one of those games that have been mentioned on the Discord choice. Okay.
Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Is this going to be another joke ending?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see, it's the jump circle. Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Sorry, I know I'm going to laugh, so I've got to push this door too. I don't want to wake Hannah up. Okay.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend? Psst! Stanley! Come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares? Oh, never mind. You're not a dork. Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
I'll have a look.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port?
All right.
Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
What's that say? The British Academy of Film and Television Arts awarded to... It's got The Last of Us taped over with the Stanley Parable on it. buy on pressurized gas, so steam. The detail is absolutely brilliant. It's deceptive. So that one didn't happen. Oh, there's the first ending I got. I don't know.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
You could mess with the
That's how
PlayStation's
grand
clock.
and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Hey there, Jack. You just got back from the shrine, right? The minister paid your room for the night, so why not get some rest? I was hoping you'd say that.
What? What is this dialogue, man? One thing Sony loves to do is kill Uncle Ben. Really, Harris, my goodness. I thought this game was rated for everyone. This is a family-friendly stream.
Oh. Yes. Now time for promise keeping.
Oh.
We did not forget. You kept your word, we will keep ours.
The elves will let us go.
Oh.
You must know what happened. The elves of Mirkwood can no longer hide. War is upon us.
That film is as unwelcome as the Dalai Lama is at a kid's party. That looked like a dick. Look at that piece of rock. It looks like a fucking schlong. Amazing. Brilliant.
For me, everybody look at this. Psst, psst, psst.
That's my spurt all over your chest. Psst, 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 spurt all over your chest, yeah. Psst, 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 spurt all over your chest.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, just struggling with the potential wisdom tooth. Not nice, it's horrible. Right. This music here reminds me of The Last of Us.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Did you feed them?
Okay. Repeatable carpet textures, ready for your next project. Royalty 3. What's this? Source SDK. More objects, more level. Okay, well, where do we go now then? Does it just open that side room there?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh, this is quality. This is so funny.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see...
Okay, I'm just going to pause the game because, you've got to play a clip, haven't you? So I'll do it. It's fine. A bit of pool. But welcome in. Thank you for raiding. Thank you for sharing your community with me. My name is Harris. I play a variety of different games. Tonight we are playing the Stanley Parable, which is very, very funny. And apparently has 42 endings. Look at that. Masterful. Masterful. Right. Okay.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
Oh, I just realised we didn't shout Max, and I'm sorry. I know I'm interrupting, but let's hear Maxism.
It's awesomeness. You my pet, my poodle chicken noodles. Dr. Oxyon is. Oh shit. There's a heli too.
Have we got the Benz deal yet? That is a question.
No.
For Rice Guys Spinach last.
Oh wait, that's a personal heli. Ah, damn. It's a good thing I dropped shit off. Crack. Where'd you get a Thompson already? Also, where did I put my shit? I think we parked right here and ran uphill. People die 1 hour lost time. Prepare to die. No. Not 1 hour last time. Wait.
Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
I don't know. I've noticed the plant leaves have all fallen off. Stop that noise.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack...
How much time have we spent here now? I wonder if this is how we get the 10-year trophy. Welcome in, Cram. Good to see you. How are you doing, man?
Fuck you! Fuck you! You made a big mistake going after the Hollow.
You made a big mistake.
For being shot in the head so many times, he's in pretty good shape.
The man you're talking about took me in when I had nowhere else to go. You are no better than him.
Is he gone? Old clip, fake news. Is he?
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
He's gone. He's gone. Cram rides roller skates. Does he? Oh my god. I make my own roller skates. There's got to be a way out of it now. Is this going to weather away? Is this like post-apocalyptic? What the fuck is happening here? I only ride roller skates, just my job as a barrister. Oh god, it is. It's like Horizon. Or Stray. There's still no way out. Unless I can get out there somehow. Oh no. The skip button. Is this still going to work? Uh-oh. Oh, there is a way out there. Okay. Max grows his own spaghetti on trees. What? Tree-grown spaghetti is the healthiest spaghetti. I don't know where to go. This is my Arrakis, my June. Oh.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Nice and crunchy. Best eaten raw. New content. Okay.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh. I got 2 numbers in the life ball on the Euro Millions and won £4.40. European Post Office. I have no idea why it doesn't do text to speech anymore. Oh, what a shame. I can't believe I only got £4.40. Lame.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel. Okay,
calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and
Looks like Twin
long-term
Peaks.
franchising potential.
Thank you for the sub, Cram. Appreciated. Let's get another Cram clip. I do like a Cram clip. See what we get. It's probably me fucking about with text-to-speech. Oh no, this is a great one. Oh, I love this.
Hey, muscly arm.
I told you to leave
Hey,
it alone.
muscly arms.
Or in the
I just saw the episode where they review The Killer for Twin Peaks. Such a weird show. I love Twin Peaks. I got Twin Peaks tattoo actually. It's I'm not sure you'll see it, but yeah, it's. I'm trying to get it to the point where the video doesn't cut it out, but that's the owls are not what they seem. You ain't gonna get a good view on that, but yeah. Reveal the killer, not review the killer. The colour red, leverage holistic value. I've seen that mod. Is that like the Evil Within 2? Oh, logo examples. So what have we got? Oh, is this a dig at fucking remakes and sequels? Look, it is. That's Resident Evil. I don't know what that one is. The one at the top is Resident Evil 2 as well. I'm not sure what that is. Little dig at Capcom there.
Now, to be
they're
clear,
all
I
that
haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
The two shrubs. Okay. Okay. Very good. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City, Divinity, Original Sin 2, Alad Doom 2, and Return of Jafar, and Dark Souls 2. The sequel to the Stanley Parable 2 is the sequel to it. Very good. This way to the show floor. Okay, well, let's see these new features. This is brilliant. Okay, what have we got here?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game, that's new. Enter your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, go on then.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
What the fuck is this? Hello. Welcome in, B. This is the Stanley Parable. It's fantastic.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Basically, it's a game with several different endings, and you play as a guy who works in an office cube called Stanley, and it's got 42 different endings. And in this is the new content, and it's basically them trying to pitch a sequel. Ray traced, more of the same, but in a good way. Sequel. New features, no content. Infinite hole. Merch. Okay. Successfully pitched a sequel. Yep.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
yeah,
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Yeah, the jump circle. New free and easy trophy. You won't believe it's that simple. Free trophy. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more steps. Get yours right now.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Damn it. I kind of want to know how you get it now. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, save editing, I think. It's, you basically got to save
What
scum.
else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
And reloading.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life. God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Infinite hole. Okay, let's go in there then.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right, infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again?
Yep.
I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this,
It's a
and I
broom
would
closet,
very
yeah.
much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we
Don't
just
worry, I've
put
got the
all this
bucket.
behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about. And I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working, just still nothing. Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Come back. Please come back. Oh. What was that? It's okay, I've got a bucket. Oh! It's okay, I've got the bucket, The hole is fine. I will be sleeping, yes. But I've been on lates this week and I'm changing to earlies tomorrow, so I'm just setting my alarms now as you mention it.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
Well, this was
you don't want to miss a single
fucking
moment.
dream, that was.
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
What the fuck is that? Oh, okay.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Mostly infinite hole. That was wild. Okay, what else have we got? What have we not done? There's an exit. Oh, what's up here? This is the way I came in? No? Oh. Well, that's... Settings World Champion. Okay. The baby is all grown up, look. I should probably fill the bucket. I don't know what with.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah,
here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look. This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in. though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
That's another ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it? Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
there's
fact.
a way over there.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
It's a companion cube.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to Loud Man. Let's go home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press squares to ignore
Sad.
everyone in your life.
I suppose he
except
doesn't
me.
need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley?
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press X to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll... How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
This is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it.
Only cunts.
I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Okay, guys, I'm absolutely knackered and I've got to go to work tomorrow morning. But thank you very much for joining me. I may come back to this, but what an absolute riot. What a wonderful little game this is. I've enjoyed it very, very much. Now, we are doing... did I like it? I don't think I'm done with it yet, to be honest. I think we could come back and play a bit more. But we're going to raid into the Spaceman, and I'm going to go to bed. Thank you guys very much for joining me. It's very, very much appreciated. I really want to see a few more endings. Yeah, I will see you soon. Take care. Tomorrow, Enter the Matrix. And we'll be on at probably 8 or 9 instead of 10. So let's go.